Hey folks, Crazy Climber 80 here again. And this time we're going to look at game number 4 in our 20 from 1988 series. And this is the first sequel in the Double Dragon series. This is called Double Dragon 2 The Revenge. And this is an excellent sequel. Those of you who have played the first Double Dragon and thought, this is too easy because the enemies just keep falling for the elbow smash over and over again. Well, Technos of Japan listened, because this is much harder. You have an 8-way joystick, and you have 3 action buttons. One is an attack button, one is a jump button, and the other is another attack button. And depending on which direction you are facing, will depend on which attack button does what. Now, the sequence of the button setup is there is an attack button on the left, a jump button in the center, and an attack button on the right. Now, if you are facing the right, you will want to press the right attack button to punch your opponent if they are in front of you. If there is an opponent coming from behind you, then the attack button on the other side of the jump button will make you do a reverse kick. And that reverse kick is going to be your bread and butter in this game, or it should be. Because, like I said, the enemies don't fall for the elbow smash like they did in the first game. They are much smarter and much faster. So that reverse kick is really going to work quite well. And notice in this game that Marion, who you had to save in the first game, she gets ventilated. She gets killed right off the bat. And so your goal in this game is to get revenge. Hence, Double Dragon 2 The Revenge. Yeah, look how much faster and much more acrobatic the enemies are. They do backflips, somersaults. Wow. And this time around, you have a new move. You can do the, I don't know if they call it hurricane or helicopter kick, but you simply press the jump button, and at the height of your jump, press either attack button, and you will do a spinning kick. The enemies do not always fall for that. In fact, most of the time it seems they do not. The enemies will drop weapons, like they did in the first game, that you can use. There will be crates, there will be whips, there will be knives, there's like an axe later on, there's a grenade, there's an iron ball, and there's a log. Now the guys in the red outfit, they like to jump kick you a lot. One move, if you can be fast with it, that might be one you can use over and over again. But I can't. I'm not fast enough to be able to make it work all the time. Is do a quick reverse kick at an enemy coming up from behind, and then you can turn around and touch them, and you'll grab them, and then you can deliver a series of knee attacks to their head. There, I got him with the helicopter kick, or whatever you want to call it. And then you can throw him with the other button. Just notice the speed is so much increased. I don't know why the guy jumped off the ladder there. But yeah, using that reverse kick is really a really good idea on most enemies. You gotta use that helicopter kick judiciously, because the enemies will often duck when you try it. Same thing with the elbow smash. The enemies will often duck under that when you try it. Now I wouldn't say don't ever use it in this game, but you just have to use it judiciously. Use it fairly seldom. But that reverse kick, that should be your bread and butter. That works most every time. But it's so easy to get surrounded in this game. The enemies are just so much smarter and so much faster. But once again, when you're facing an enemy, depending on which direction you're facing will depend which attack button you want to press in order to punch them. It's just something you have to get used to. Now, if an enemy has a knife, damn it! If an enemy has a knife, they will often throw it. Even sometimes if they're fairly close, they might chuck it at you, and it will really hurt. But you have a life bar, and I think in the first Double Dragon it was a series of blocks that was your life meter, and here it is a bar. And there's the guy that throws axes. At first I thought it was a shovel, but I think it's an axe. There, I grabbed him and kneed him in the head. And like I said, with the other button you can throw the enemy behind you. Yeah, even that guy will duck when you do your helicopter kick quite a bit, but if you run out of time, you die. And the timer can be kind of unforgiving in this game. Alright, got him with a helicopter kick. But you have to time it really, really well if you're going to use it. Do it too early and it's not going to work. And you can sometimes duck under it. But stick with the reverse kick. This guy will often walk right into it if you move up and down repeatedly while doing the reverse kick, like there. And eventually he will just disappear and his clothes will remain. You get a bonus after defeating the boss of a mission. And there are some cool locations for the missions. There's like there's a level where you go to the countryside and you're out in the boonies and there's farmland. There was a great NES port of this, and it was very, very different, but still a fantastic game. And unlike the first NES Double Dragon, they're throwing grenades. Lure the enemies into the grenades like that. But unlike the first NES Double Dragon, the second game allows you to play two-player simultaneous play. And you can do that in the arcade version of Double Dragon 2: The Revenge. I think I first saw this at a Circle K. I'm guessing those are still around. I hardly ever see those anymore. One thing to remember is if there's a bunch of ledges, punch the enemy in the feet from below. Very, very useful strategy. Keep doing that. Inch forward, and if you see an enemy, back off and try it again. He appears in my knee. kind of glitchy looking. But yeah, it's especially useful against bosses to do the reverse kick. Oh, sorry about that. Kind of had a little glitch there. But yeah, Circle K. There was one like a few miles from where a couple miles from where I used to live. I would go there and play whatever games they had there and grab some munchies too. This was right before I graduated high school. But yeah, don't use that helicopter kick very often. Yeah, like I said, you can deliver a series of knee attacks and then use the other button to toss them. Got to inch forward enough so that more enemies appear from the elevator. Don't fall off that conveyor belt or you'll lose a life. And don't press down here or you'll lose a life. I mean, if you fall off the ledge. There's a number of areas where you can accidentally fall off a ledge, and that's the end of your life. I don't think you can get an extra life in this game, and you only have 1 life per credit. And this big guy, you have to time your reverse kicks sometimes. There's generally a lot less slowdown in this game than the first Double Dragon, but sometimes there still is a little slowdown. Yeah, this guy will try to do a slap attack, and he moves forward just a little bit as he does it. And you want to make sure that your kick is timed so that it hits him before he can lunge forward and slap you. And there my timing wasn't... I got lucky. On very rare occasions, this guy will do a lunge attack, but for the most part, he just tries to slap you. But yeah, the game is getting really slowed down here. But that happened a lot more often in Double Dragon 1. Yeah, this game is much harder than Double Dragon. Like I said, you can do a elbow smash over and over and over again in the first game, and the enemies will fall for it all the time. And they changed that up in Double Dragon 2. So you'll really want to rely on your reverse kick. That corner by the boxes, between the door and the boxes, you can get stuck in there and it'll be kind of glitchy, so try not to get in there. Then after you beat this mission, you take the elevator down. And I think this is the countryside level in a little bit. But yeah, make sure that you don't get trapped by the enemies or surrounded. And make sure that you make good use of the reverse kick over and over and over again. There is a jumping forward kick that you can do. And you press the forward kick button or the attack button in the direction that you're facing, and you press jump and that forward attack button together, and you'll do a jump forward kick. And again, the helicopter kick is you press the jump button, and at the height of your jump you press the attack button, either attack button, and you do your helicopter kick. And that was much more useful in the NES port of Double Dragon 2: The Revenge. Yeah, take great care around the enemies that throw knives, because even when they're sort of close to you, they might want to throw that knife. Later on, there will be enemies that just kind of chuck it at the ground. It looks a little weird. We'll see that eventually. Yeah, you cannot get extra lives in this game, I don't think. There was a follow-up to this called Double Dragon 3, The Rosetta Stones. And it sucked. Serious ass. It was one of the all-time worst arcade sequels. The NES port was a little bit better, I think. Yeah, you kind of go out into the boonies on this stage. Yeah, that's definitely an axe that he's throwing. Like I said, I used to think it was a shovel. I was kind of a dumb kid back in the day. And some of these enemies take a long time to bring down. And those guys, that guy with the beard that I just took down, they like to jump kick more often than the other enemies. See, that guy just kind of throws the knife at the ground. It looks really stupid. And then the other guy is trying to throw a log at me. Yeah, definitely don't get nailed. Ah, damn it. Definitely use the knife when you have the opportunity, because it really does put the hurt on the enemy. The enemies are really fond of using weapons against you, perhaps more so than in the first Double Dragon. Yeah, don't use the helicopter kick very often if you can help it. It just seems the enemy too often will see that coming and they'll duck in time. Coming up, there is a cool part where something in the background can attack, and there will be a thresher machine that it'll stick out its thresher and it can nail you. It can also nail enemies that are in the way. Ah, crap. I declined to continue here. You get to put in your initials and then get the option to continue if you want, and you will pick up right where you left off. Exactly where you left off, which is nice. Yeah, I remember getting the NES port of Double Dragon 2 The Revenge. It was very different from the arcade game, but it was very fun too. And we're going to see snippets of the remainder of the game, and here comes that thresher. The thresher itself just sits there, but eventually its blades will jut out. And look for the lights to flash on the thresher, and then its blades will stick out and nail you or the enemies. Yeah, when you get close enough, damn it! When you get close enough to an enemy and you're nailing them with punches, you can just grab them, and then you can nail them with knees to the head or throw them with the other attack button. And yeah, sucker enemies into a grenade so that they'll get taken out when it explodes. I love that they have cows in the background mooing. And now we have two of these freaking guys. And again, use that reverse kick. I put on, after I continued, I put on infinite energy cheat. But you'll still lose a life if you run out of time. Like here. Or maybe not. But yeah, you'll lose all your energy if you run out of time. No, I killed him. That's right. No, we already did see me run out of time and lose a life. But later on, when one of those big enemy bosses dies and you see them disappear, they'll reanimate. And there was my jumping forward kick. If there is an abyss, set it up so you can knock an enemy into the abyss and you won't have to deal with them anymore. Yeah, we have 3 of these big mofos. There, I knocked one of them into the abyss. But yeah, bosses, regular enemies alike, rely on that dang reverse kick as much as you can. If you push down right here, you can fall down off the ledge and lose a life. But those doors there lead to the final area, the enemy temple. Oh, I hate this guy. These guys that have the whoop, see, you can fall right down off the cliff there. Lose a life automatically. This guy doesn't want to fall for your reverse kicks terribly often, it seems. And he likes to sweep kick you as well. The best strategy with this guy is move up and down on the playfield and punch where he's going to appear in front of you. Just keep doing that and you'll be able to wear him down pretty well. And now we go inside the enemy's temple. And this guy, you want to position him so you can knock him off the ledge as well. And let's do that right here. Laters. And this stage, like the temple in the first Double Dragon, you have blocks coming out of the wall to nail you, and I hate those. There is also a statue that tries to jab you with a spear, just like in the first one. Yeah, just do not rely on that helicopter kick or whatever. There's also these explosive balls that roll. And I went right through one. Interesting. There it exploded and hit me. And he'll spit some weird substance at you too. There's those annoying frickin' blocks. I could never understand the timing or whatever with these stupid things. This next set of them won't hit you, as far as I know. You are supposed to go down that ladder. If you keep going right, you can't go any further. And if you drop down, you lose a life. So you want to climb down the ladder, and then you get accosted immediately by these guys, and then boss breaks through the bricks. And then there is another one behind that next set of bricks. There he is. But yeah, don't try to use the helicopter kick on him unless your timing's much better. That reverse kick will do the job nicely. So again, to make the reverse kick work, you need to let the enemies come from behind. And the direction that you're facing, you want to push the button on the opposite side of the jump button, which is in the middle of the 3 buttons. And then there's this guy too. I don't know if the enemies in this game have names. But now we have 2 of these blonde guys harassing me. We are close to the end of the game. And just like in the first game, final boss is Willie, the machine gunner. And he's the one that took out Marion to start this game. Now there's kind of a cryptic end. Well, actually, Willie is not the final boss, excuse me. The final boss is actually a shadow version of you. And we'll see that eventually. I died from another timeout, or a time over. Yeah, elbow smash is just not nearly as effective in this game as it was in Double Dragon 1. And the enemies just love to gang up on you in this one. Yeah, this guy, just like the other guy with the, stick fighter or something, or size or something? There's Willie. Just try to goad the enemy in front of you, moving up and down, and just wail on the punch button as he starts to get in front of you. But yeah, he'll kill you with one bullet. So just want to keep moving to get out of the way. And here is the shadow version of you, and this is creepy. This creeped me out when I first saw this. I was like, ugh. And your doppelganger, your shadow version of you, can shoot fireballs. Just like the guys with the weapons. Move up and down to move them around on the playfield, and punch is probably best. Now eventually this guy will take enough punishment and he'll disappear. And that is your cue to start jumping around, because if you stay still, or if you're standing on the floor too long, he will pull a really dirty trick, and he will try to appear right behind you. And if he does, he will take possession of your body and punch your body from the inside multiple times and cause some damage. That sucks. And here I let him get me. What a cheap bastard. Yeah, we're just scooting forward to later parts of the game, and hopefully he's almost dead. Try not to let him possess you. Try to jump, and sometimes even if you're just starting to jump, he'll still get you. Ah, damn it. What a cheap cheap mofo. Well, okay, he's finally dead. And this is a weird ending. It's really cryptic. You see a photo of the two Lee brothers, Billy and Jimmy, and Marion cries a tear, and it splashes and turns into the words "the end." And that's the game. I don't know what the hell that's about. I'm guessing that means that she is still indeed dead, but we see her in other Double Dragon games. Well, there is the box for Double Dragon 2: The Revenge for the NES, and it is a fantastic game, very different from the arcade one, but you got to play as both Lee brothers, and you can do the helicopter kick. There's an awesome fight on a train. A lot of really cool settings in that game. But that was Double Dragon 2: The Revenge, game number 4 in our 20 from 1988 series, created by Technos Japan, and not licensed to Taito. Well, this is Crazy Clown Race, and thanks for watching. Hope you join me soon for game number 3. Bye-bye, folks.